Hello everyone, so this week I'm doing a Japanese progress video update, and if you watched the video last month, you will know that there's going to be quite a few things I'm going to talk about today. So yeah, this month I went to Japan and that was super exciting. I always love going to Japan. It's my second time and I already can't wait to go there again for my third time. But let's not get carried away. I will tell you all about what happened in Japan from a language learning point of view. So while in Japan, I practiced my Japanese quite a bit. I don't know if you watched the video I did last week. It was a vlog video. You can see me speaking, and that was exactly me for 10 days. I was speaking all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but quite often, because I had to order food, I had to buy my groceries, I had to ask for directions, for example. So there was quite a bit of speaking going on. And the fact that I was with my mother actually made me speak more Japanese, because she would go to shops, so I had to learn sentences such as can she try on the clothes, or can I have a bigger size, and you know, all that vocab. So I think that actually pushed me to improve my vocab and just generally make me practice a bit more than I would have if I had been on my own. So within these 10 days I feel like my vocab has expanded quite a bit. I was also more comfortable with speaking Japanese. Sorry, I had to fix the lighting of the camera. So I improved my vocab a lot, and it was just nice to be able to put into practice everything I had learned, and I just felt very proud of myself, really. I think the biggest challenges was sometimes to not be able to express an idea. Like, for example, there was a word that I wanted to use, which was a recommendation. So I was in a restaurant, and because I couldn't read the menu quite well, I just wanted to ask the person, like, what's your recommendation? So I know that the word is osusume, but I didn't know at the time. So when I said things like recommendation, they didn't understand anything. Because in Japan, like, people don't tend to speak much English or any other languages, which is a problem for me, but it should be a problem because I don't think anyone should learn any language if they don't want to. Like, you know, I feel like some people expect Japanese people to speak more English, but like, they don't have to, they don't want to, you know, just come to the country and speak Japanese and you'll be fine. And that's what I tried to do. So by the end of the trip, I learned quite a few words and a few phrases that were useful to, you know, just kind of function in my everyday life. So I really enjoyed that, and I hope that next time I go to Japan I will be able to read more kanji though, because not being able to read the kanji in Japan is kind of tricky, because even if you can read the kana, not knowing the kanji is very tricky, because a lot of the words will be made up with a kanji. So you can basically just read the ending of a word, but that doesn't really help much. So I hope that next time I go there, I will be able to understand more kanji. So that's actually something I'm working on at the moment, and I will tell you all about this in a bit. But I just wanted to show you all the things that I bought in Japan in terms of language resources, and I will get them from behind me, so just give me a second. So the first book that I bought was this one, so Understanding Through Pictures 1000 Kanji, and I don't think this is a book you can find online, or at least not in the like UK, US Amazon, I think, but you can find it on the Japanese Amazon. And my impression was that you can't really find Japanese language learning resources outside of Japan. Or at least it's not like you don't have as much stuff. So I think going to Japan and buying resources was a good idea for me. And what this book does, as it says in the title, is to teach you kanji through pictures. So for example, I hope I can show you an example. So yeah, so if you have the kanji for, oh, I can't show you this one, that's the one, for below, then it kind of gives you an image or a picture, so you can sort of remember the kanji a bit better. So I hope this will be helpful, and obviously I will do an in-depth review once I've properly used the book, because I haven't started yet. I have many things to do at the moment, but I will get around to it. Two more things that I bought while I was in Japan was these two graded readers, which I didn't want to buy before because I just thought that in the UK they were too expensive, but in Japan they were sort of expensive, so 2,300 yen, which is about 20 pounds I think, or maybe a bit less, which is a little expensive, but you know, there's no price for learning, you know. But just to show you what it looks like, it's basically very short stories, and you even have a song here. So you have like some text here, hopefully you can see it, and then it's just quite like easy to read stories with you know, easy vocab. It's you know, very low level. I still find them a bit difficult for my level right now, because I didn't decide to go for the very, very easy level, because I thought it would be just not worth my money because there wouldn't be as many words. So I decided to go for the level 1, which hopefully will be, you know, useful for me to improve my Japanese. Sorry, the lighting is all over the place in this video, but I've got a window in front of me and the sun is just doing its thing. So that's essentially it for my trip in Japan and the resources I've bought. I will maybe do another vlog. I don't know when, but I'll try at some point. I'll see. I haven't decided yet. So you might see more images of me in Japan. But anyway, so something else I wanted to talk about is my morning routine, which was interrupted, but that was to be expected because obviously I went to Japan. So while I was in Japan and because I wasn't on my own, I didn't have that dedicated time to study in the morning because, you know, I was just enjoying my time there, you know, as you do. But the good thing is that I was practicing, so it's not like I didn't do any studying or any practice. So it's not the end of the world. And speaking of morning routine, I decided to stop using Memrise, which is something I used to do almost every morning / every day during the day. So what I'm doing instead is I use Anki for learning the kanji because I found a page from, I believe that was Nihongo Shark, which explained how you can learn kanji in 97 days. So I don't think I will learn all the kanji in 97 days, but I still decided to follow his method and follow the deck he has on Anki. I will link everything below if you're interested. And the deck is actually very good, and I think it's a nice way for me to kind of dive right in the kanji because Memrise has been helpful, but it's just not really what I was looking for. And I feel like what I didn't like about Memrise was that the way you do like it's sort of a multiple choice question thing, right? And I feel like this system didn't work to remember the kanji properly because it gives, like, for example, 4 or 6 possibilities, and it's often quite easy to guess which one it is because half of them have nothing to do with the word and 3 others are like similar but not really, and there's most of the time only one that's obvious. But with Anki, you just have to guess the words, so you don't have any suggestions of what the word might be, if that makes sense. I thought that's a bit better for memory because if I guess a word, I know I guessed it for real, not because I had suggestions. I hope that makes sense. I will probably do a review of Anki a bit later on once I've done more kanji revision. And 2 more things I wanted to talk about, and sorry, I'm reading my notes, is that I will start using Rosetta Stone because I got in touch with them and they agreed to give me a 3-month trial to test Rosetta Stone. I decided to test Rosetta Stone because a lot of people think of Rosetta Stone negatively, and I wanted to kind of see what's up, you know. Hopefully I will be able to try it a little bit, and I will give you a review, you know, in 2 months maybe, I guess. I want to be able to try it properly because I don't want to do like a review based on half of a product, or at least I want to be able to have tried it quite a bit to give an informed opinion. So I will do that at some point, and I think the way I will do it is that I will do Rosetta Stone at the weekend because during the week it's a bit limited. I don't have much time, and I prefer to focus on Japanese for busy people for now, and do a bit of Anki kanji revision. So yeah, for the weekend I will be doing Rosetta Stone, and hopefully I will start at some point Japanese from 0 book 2 because I really need to work on the katakana, and I don't know when I will start. I can't guarantee I will do it this month, but I definitely want to do it because it's quite important to be able to write the katakana. And also my reading of the katakana is a little bit weak. I still mix up a few characters, so I think it's important for me to do that practice. And last but not least, I also got in touch with someone else who does Japanese reader books, and it's called Japanese Reader Collection, and I haven't read them yet, or started to read them at least, but then when I do, I will obviously do a proper review, and I will hopefully, if I have the time to read them, I will talk about them in the next review video. So that's essentially it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. One more thing before I finish this video. I decided to set up a Patreon and Utip account because in the long run, what I'd like to do on my channel is to be able to spend more time, you know, working towards my channel. And if I do that, I need to have more income from YouTube. So unfortunately, I don't have any monetization because I don't have 1K subscribers yet, which is fine. You know, I don't mind. It's not about the numbers, but I really would like to be able to spend more time on YouTube. So if you can contribute in any way, then you know, check out the links in the description box below. Utip is free, so you can actually help me for free. You just have to watch a few commercials, I believe. But if you don't want to do any of that, you know, Patreon or Utip, then just sharing and liking the video and subscribing is already a good start. So thank you very much for your ongoing support, and I will see you next week. Bye.